welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianne Beebe. I teach high school math, and my last video upload was about teacher burnout and what you can do to prevent it. So essentially, I had a school year 3 years ago where almost the entire year I was going through a period of teacher burnout. This year, when school started, I had a new baby. He was not even 2 months old, and I was surprised with a second brand new prep and a schedule that is nearly impossible to plan around. And I essentially started off my year in survivor mode. And now that it's March, I started to feel like I was heading down the path of teacher burnout again. So I shared my strategies for trying to prevent a full-on burnout situation from reoccurring, and I kind of skirted around the topic of self-care because I knew I wanted that to be its own separate video and separate blog post because that is a huge topic. So I remember 3 years ago when I was trying to search for resources to help me with burnout, the one thing that I was able to find was self-care, and it was a new topic then, and now it's kind of become almost a little bit of a cliche. Here's the thing, self-care is not just for teachers going through burnout. I actually have a quick 1-question quiz to help you determine whether or not self-care is for you. Are you ready? Here it is. Are you human? If your answer is yes, then you would definitely benefit from some self-care. Everybody needs self-care, not just teachers, not just moms, everybody. So now that self-care has become a thing, it's kind of become commercialized, and people are not always getting really clear messaging about what self-care is or what it should be. Here are the 2 things that you need to know about self-care. So if you take nothing away from this video, I want you to know this. Firstly, self-care is more than bath bombs and face masks. And also, in order to be effective, self-care really needs to become part of your routine. So to my first point, the key part of self-care is the word self. It's all about you. Self-care is anything that you do for yourself to make yourself happy, to make yourself feel lighter, to make yourself feel better. Anything that you can do to basically improve your life is self-care. So what that means is self-care is a wide umbrella, and there are so many different things that can fit underneath this umbrella, and it's all just up to you. When I say that self-care has become commercialized, what I'm really talking about is all the companies that are trying to capitalize on selling you bath and home spa products. Bath bombs, bubble baths, face masks, all those things are perfectly fine if that is how you enjoy taking care of yourself. Unfortunately, now we're getting a lot of messaging saying that this is like the only way to take care of yourself, and that's just simply not the case. Personally, if I'm stressed or feeling anxious, sitting in a bathtub just makes me feel trapped, and it makes me more anxious or more stressed instead of actually helping me relax. Self-care can be anything that you do to make yourself happy. It can be anything that you do to help yourself rest. It can be anything that you do to help yourself relax. Self-care includes eating well and exercising. And if you're like me, self-care can include organizing, planning ahead, and cleaning. So please broaden your definition of self-care. You may not always have time for a bubble bath, but I bet you can find the time to fold the towels that are sitting on top of your dryer, just driving you nuts because there they are in a pile. But again, that might just be me. And to my second point, I think this one's probably a little bit more important. Self-care is not a once-in-a-while thing. We tend to wait until we are feeling really depleted or really stressed before we say, oh, I think I need some self-care. Self-care needs to be part of your regular routine. Let me say it again. Self-care needs to be part of your regular routine. If we go with the common metaphor that's being used for self-care, that you cannot pour from an empty cup, you essentially do not want to wait until your cup is empty to try and refill it. You should be refilling it continuously. Schedule some self-care into your day. Essentially, make a date with yourself. It doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes or half an hour. You need to find a way to incorporate something. Granted, we all have off days or just days where it does not happen, and that's okay, but really, find a way to work it in so it's part of your regular routine. I'm busy, I get it, we are all busy. It's hard to work any other extra thing into our schedule, but the thing is, this is not an extra thing, this is a vital thing that needs to happen. One way that I've been able to add more time into my busy schedule is waking up just 15 minutes earlier, and that 15 minutes is enough for me to get in a decent cardio workout or just an extra yoga session. It may not be the amount of time I want. I may not be able to do the full workout that I want, but I'm at least able to do something, and that makes me feel so much better on the days when I'm feeling drained. Check out the description box below because I have a link for you to a free self-care planner that will help you figure out how to incorporate self-care into your regular routine. I also have a blog post about free self-care strategies, so please take care of yourself. And as always, thanks for watching.